Hey, Philomena.
Hey, Christy.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Good,
We got
good. You
snow.
got snow.
Got snow. I'm
Nice.
getting
Getting ready.
ready. I'm getting ready, Christy.
That's awesome. Well, I'm just going to do a quick intro for people that are going to be watching the video, but I'm Christy. I'm a social media manager, and I'm joined by my lovely colleague, Philomena.
Yeah, I am part of the sales and client services team here at Polar Latitudes.
Yeah, and you know what? We just decided to hop on and have a quick chat because we're both going on trips soon. So exciting.
You're going next week?
I
Is it
leave
next week?
in just under 2 weeks. I'm leaving. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm on a celebrating Antarctica trip. We depart well the ship will depart February 8th, but we arrive in Ushuaia February 6th. And it'll be my second trip to Antarctica. So I'm super excited to get back down there and different time
What
of year.
was your what was your first itinerary that you were on?
My
The
first
first trip?
itinerary was the same itinerary as celebrating Antarctica. But that trip was in November 2023. And so now I'm going in December, or sorry, now I'm going in February. So totally different time of the season to be going down there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing a lot of different things. Like when in November, all the
Yeah.
penguins were breeding and it's all that beautiful
Yeah.
pristine snow. And then now it's going to be like penguin chicks and tons of whales and
Wales, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, my first trip was in February. It was crossing the circle.
Okay.
And we did see quite a bit of whales, and we saw all the penguins in their molting phase. So they
Oh
had
yeah.
their cool hairdos and that mohawks and all those cool looks. So
Oh,
that
I
they
can't
were
wait for that.
moody
That's these social
adolescents at
media
that time.
videos, all the weird
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
penguins.
they're hilarious. And now, this is my second trip, and this itinerary is Falkland, South Georgia, and Antarctica, which
Oh,
I am
lucky.
very, very excited about. I'm super excited about South Georgia and king penguins and Shackleton and all of it.
That's the
You
cool
sound
thing
just
I
like
think
our
about the
guests. We're just
FSG
as
trips
giddy.
is just all the history stuff and like really
Yeah,
actually being where like Shackleton and his men like were. I think that's one
yeah.
of the best things about that itinerary and the king penguin.
Yeah. Yes, the king
Mhm.
penguins. But yeah, we have the Shackleton hike, so we actually get to do the hike that Shackleton did when he arrived in South Georgia, and then he had to hike to the whaling factory to get help. So
Yeah.
um, I think that would be really amazing to sort of take it in and what that must have been like at that time and with
Mhm.
so little resources on the kind of boat and things that he had. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely different than the Sea Venture.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's going to be
Yeah.
so incredible.
I am
How long has
excited.
it
I'm
been since
excited.
you've been on a trip? A couple years?
Goodness, I think it's 5 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
went as soon as I started with the company soon after, and definitely wanted to get on this long one. This one's 18 nights on board, so like 21 days total. So it's 3 weeks. So it'll be cool to have that experience of being on the ship that long and to be able to talk to our guests about, what that's like and the difference between Falklands and South Georgia versus the peninsula. Like I've been to the peninsula, but I haven't done the other two. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. What
yeah,
was your
excited.
favorite part on your first trip that you did to the peninsula?
You know, it is so hard to say because there's so many little things that, really stick with you. I mean, I think the vastness of it all, like just
Mm.
standing there on the ship and seeing nothing but sea and ice and the animals, and they're so engaged with you, and it's so quiet, and there's just the sounds of nature. It just doesn't seem possible to be there. And you feel so small in this place and so insignificant. It's so moving. I think that caught me off guard. And I think it caught a lot of our guests off guard. There was quite a bit of tearing up, and it's very moving. And I remember all of us being really bummed out when we got back to Ushuaia and we could see like homes and people, and we were just like,
Buildings.
I would like to go back.
Yeah.
So it just all of it, just, as soon as you land the first time and you see those penguins all over the place, and
Mhm.
it's your jaw is just like dropping the whole trip. I'm sure you had that similar
Yeah. You know what's
experience.
wild is exactly what you just said is how I felt about my first trip. It was exactly what you just said. The vastness, the quiet, the peacefulness. It's just like it kind of changes you in this weird way. And yeah, I definitely cried on my first trip too.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
really, it sounds, I
tricky.
always feel a little corny telling our guests um, that it will move you, that it will change you, that it is the most amazing experience because it sounds sort of goofy, but it really does happen. And when our guests come back and they chit chat with us about it later, they say the same thing. It, changes you on the inside and really makes you appreciate nature. You sort of come back feeling like there's been a revelation of some sort of, this
Yeah.
experience. I mean, you can go hiking in the woods and climb mountains and have all these cool nature experience, but this is on a different level for sure.
Totally. I always say it's kind of like going to a different planet, you know?
It really does feel that way.
And did you see that post from Moni, like our colleague who's there for the
I
first time?
know.
And she's like floored. She woke up this morning with like whales all around the
Whales.
ship.
I
Just
know. It made me so, and then you feel, as somebody who's listening to someone else talk about it, I always feel this immense excitement for them, for having this experience, for having this moment in many moments on the ship. I think it doesn't get old. And every time clients write us back, I'm always like, it doesn't get old. Keep saying these things, keep telling us about your experiences because it also refreshes us here in the office to remember why we do this and to have the clients all have this wonderful experience. It's really nice. And to see our own colleagues, like, be
yeah.
just as jazzed. And her photo was mind blowing. It looks like something out of National Geographic, it just doesn't seem like, and these can be like photos on an iPhone and they just
Oh, for
look
sure. Yeah.
amazing. Like you don't have to try. The environment will give you all of it.
Yeah.
So it's really
Well, and some of
special.
the social media that's been coming through this season has been incredible. I share almost everything. Like I work every day. I don't take a day off. I'm always checking it because I don't want to miss someone's story and the ability to share that with our audience. And some of the stuff that's been coming through, like, wow, it's just like it's been an incredible season. So it's made me excited
I
to go
love this
back and
part. Yeah.
like I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't even that long ago I was there. It was November 2023 that I was there, and I'm heading back in February, and I'm just super jazzed and a little bit jealous actually, because I'm like, well, I want to see that on my trip. I hope I get to see that on
Yeah.
my trip. I hope I have weather like that.
I know.
But you just
I
don't know what you're
know.
going to get, right? It's going to be a total
You
mixed bag.
don't.
It's going to be totally
You
everything
don't. And,
is so
guests always
different.
ask us, I think one of the top questions I would say is when is the best time to go to Antarctica?
Yeah.
And I always say there is no bad time to go to Antarctica, and everything, there's always, I listen to our crew members, our colleagues on board who say, I've done that itinerary on that month 10 times, and each time it's completely different. Mother Nature gives you something different. The wildlife gives you something. There's often on my voyage, I remember quite a few seasoned crew guys saying, we never got to do this landing till since I've been here, and this is awesome. So I think that's what's really neat about it, is that it will never look the same twice,
Yeah.
on the exact same timetable, whatever. It's just really about what is it that you want to see and your time off, your budget, that kind of thing. But it always no one ever comes back. I say to clients, no one ever comes back and complains about the trip to Antarctica. Like no one ever says, "Oh, Antarctica is kind of a bummer. It wasn't." No, it's quite
No.
the opposite. So it never disappoints, and it
Yeah. You
doesn't
always
matter
see
where you
those
go.
same words as like life changing, once in a lifetime.
It
Like,
really is. Yeah,
yeah.
it's really special, and it's just hard because I always feel like the right word I want to use is magical, and it also feels kind of goofy to say that and silly, but it really is. It just magic for adults.
Yeah,
And
exactly. the
Yeah, it
magical
really
wonderland of
a
Antarctica.
wonderland for adults.
Yeah.
It's really a magnificent opportunity. And I think if people get to do that with their family or loved ones or their kids,
Yeah, I'm bringing my
it's
partner this time. Are you bringing your
me
partner?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, nice. I
Yeah.
know. I'm so
Yeah.
excited to share that with him, and just
Yeah.
like, this is what I was talking about and
This is
why
what I
I
do. Yeah.
experienced it. Yeah.
And it I love seeing it through other people's eyes and especially someone that you know very well
Hmm.
and seeing that in the eyes and seeing the giddiness and excitement. It's just it gives to you as well to see it happen to other people and I think
Yeah.
it's really special and if
Yeah.
someone has the opportunity, oh my gosh, go for it because
Yeah, for sure. I know, and I feel like so blessed to be going for a second time and for a lot of
exactly.
reasons and all the reasons we just talked about.
Yeah.
One of the fun things though is that so I'm already packing. I'm an overpacker. I am overthinker. And on my first trip, I way overpacked. And now this trip, I'm like, well, I already have everything because I've been before, but I also like I know that I don't need this, or this. And it's like
Exactly.
packing was so much easier this time because I know
Yeah.
like not to overthink it, not to overpack, to have those like the warm layers, the extra mittens or extra gloves
Yeah.
and that's
Your
it. Oh, and
video.
pack something super lightweight for Buenos Aires because
Yes, it's
summer
90
in Buenos
degrees
Aires,
right now,
it's
girl.
so hot
Yes.
there.
I was looking at it too because we're both overnighting in Buenos Aires and it's like
Yeah.
93
Yeah.
and then like in Ushuaia it's like 50s and then in Antarctica we probably will have 30s or high 20s and I was like, "Oh, whoa, we need short sleeves for the one day
Yes.
in
Yeah.
Buenos
I'm
Aires."
just gonna like roll up like a summer dress and just shove it in there
Exactly.
with
Shove it
all
in
the
there and then I'll be
Antarctica
good.
stuff.
Yeah, it's true. I did the
Yeah.
same thing. I wasn't sure, like we know we're casual on board and there's no dressing for dinner and that kind of thing, but I also wasn't sure, like, you're wearing all this gear. Do you wear this gear afterwards? Like, do I keep changing when I come back from an excursion? And I feel like I overpack too. And then, so I also feel like I have a better handle on it round
Mhm.
two. But I also felt like I was telling folks, and I don't know if you felt this way. I felt like it became a uniform on the day you do a landing and the day you go Zodiac cruising.
Mhm.
So I would wear less layers on my landings because we were hiking and moving, and
Yeah, you get
I was
sweaty.
Oh yeah, I took
Yeah.
off my hat, took off my gloves. I even took off my jacket. And then on the Zodiac rides, I had like the extra layer. So there was always kind of
Yeah.
this thought process. I sort of got into a better swing of it of like, oh, today's Zodiac cruising. This is what I put on. Today is a landing, less so because I know we're going to be
Yeah,
moving.
for sure.
And so
And you
that
could pretty much
really
wear the same thing to dinner and like
every
it
day.
doesn't matter. It's super casual. Like I cheat,
Very.
like I just wear a staff shirt, a
Yeah.
uniform, and I just slap it on each time and it's like that's easy. But honestly, like you do kind of everyone has kind of their little uniform that they wear.
It
It's like
truly
just
it
throw on the
becomes
same
that.
sweater. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter, and we're very relaxed. I have to say, your two videos. You did a video on how to layer, how to dress for an excursion that you did on board. I use it religiously to send to people
Mhm.
because
Nice.
visualization is so key, and people really get it when they see you. All right, I have two pairs of socks. I have this. I'm not going to wear that second bottom, and then you have a video on what you found the most helpful, like 11
Yeah.
items. I've been viewing that for my packing. And I think it's
Yeah.
super helpful because, yeah, you want to wear a hat because, you're not really doing your hair on board. Just throw a hat on and run to lunch and dinner, and
Yeah,
everyone else looks
for
just like
sure.
you. So, yeah, it's very relaxed, which is
Yeah,
lovely.
I mean, like living in this world of Antarctica and packing and answering people's questions about that stuff and me kind of having to be that person. So I did all that research and I brought all these things and I did overpack in terms of clothing, but those little extras that I brought to the ship were so helpful, like the lanyard for your phone.
Yeah.
I actually donated mine to someone else when I got off the ship, and I was like, "You're going to need this. You can
That's
have mine. I'll get
awesome.
another
Yeah.
one."
It's
Um,
true. And I also found someone had advised me when I had gone on my first trip to wear glove liners because I was also wearing like my cross-country ski gloves, which are more fitted than my like a regular ski glove, but still like you're fumbling with the phone, the camera, the buttons. And I remember thinking, this is brilliant. You take off the bulky things and then you've got this liner, you're still warm, or the ones without the fingers, and you can do
Yeah.
your photos, you're not freezing, and then you can put the bulky gloves back on if you're continuing on the Zodiac for a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought
I
that
didn't
was
even
a
wear my
brilliant,
bulky gloves once on my last trip. I'm packing
that's
them again
great.
though, because you're on a
Yeah,
Zodiac
you never
cruise and
know.
you're cold,
Yeah.
you want them. But I wore those fingerless gloves the whole time because I was always
Yep. I
shooting
have a pair
video
too, and
or
I'm going to be bringing those. Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like after a while you sort of feel like you've got it down, which is
Hmm.
great. And you'll be fine. And what's nice about I think our team too is if you get cold or you're uncomfortable or you're not feeling that hike and you want to try something else, we're small enough and there's enough staff that we can improv a Zodiac cruise during a landing or take folks that maybe have, a little bit restricted of mobility or the hike's a little too much. And they can go do something else that's in line with what they can do and still enjoy themselves. And if you're too chilly, you can go back in and it's all okay. So
Yeah.
I always tell people it's going to be fine. Don't
For
worry.
sure. And actually, one of the things I am most excited about is to get on the ship and be with the X team again. The expedition team, they're just rad human beings. They're so fun and so cool, and they know so much stuff. And you learn so much
Yep.
from them. And they're just lovely human beings. Like, even, if you were on shore and your hands were cold and you didn't have the right gloves, you could talk to an expedition team member. I guarantee you they have an extra set of gloves in their bag that they will lend you.
Absolutely.
Like,
That's
they're
how
just
it goes down.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
can't
know
wait
it
to see
before
them.
you know it.
Yeah,
And yeah, and
exactly.
I think, they do, if you think about how many times they've been on a voyage, how many times they've done this, maybe some back-to-backs, a whole season, half a season, and the joy and the excitement and like the energy that comes off of them and they're just as giddy as you are, like it's their first voyage and they're so stoked, and you feed off of that, right? Everyone on the ship is just getting jazzed and like they figure out you're really into birds, and so they grab you and be like, let's go look at these, and hey, I saw this, you want to know about this. And it's so personalized, and the attention is all there and it's so genuine, and they love what they do. um it's even more powerful. Like, I always tell my colleagues in sales, after you sold a trip and you've gotten the clients all settled up and ready to go, I always feel like it's it's okay to hand them off to the crew on board. They're going to take
Yeah.
such good care of them. Like they've got it down.
Oh, for
And
sure. And then getting
yeah, and
off the ship too, like the hugs, the tears,
yeah,
like,
I know
and
it's a family
it is, it starts to feel like family, like almost right away too.
right
You're a day
away.
in, you already know most of the
Yeah.
staff, most of your fellow
Yeah.
guests. You're already like getting the whole vibe of the ship. And
Yeah, people are
yeah, it
exchanging
happens
email
quickly.
addresses, phone numbers. They want, they're talking after the trip. I mean, I just had somebody write to us today who was on a voyage with us. There wasn't a wedding on board, and they happened to be on a Zodiac going by the ceremony, and they had taken photos because it was so pretty. And
Mhm.
they wrote to us and said, "Hey, but do you have contact with that couple? Would you can share my email address. I have a bunch of photos. I'm happy to share it with them." And I just like,
Aw.
where do you get that? Like, it's just so nice. Yeah, it feels very close knit and very tight, and everyone is helping each other, looking out for each other, and sharing in that experience together and really taking advantage of it. So it's really nice. Yeah.
Well, after chatting with you this morning, now I'm even more excited. Like I have
I
like
know,
bubble
right? It's like
wrap.
I started too. I was like, oh, I need some new waterproof pants. So I've been shopping for my waterproof pants. Amazon is busy with those.
Yeah.
And I've been also going through my ski gear to see like my gloves, my thermals. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
starting. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled up my ski gear bin as well. And it's good to just like check it all out, make sure it's still looking good, just make sure, trying stuff on.
Yeah,
Yeah, this still fits. I feel
exactly.
good about it.
Yep,
Like,
exactly. And
do
I'm
I
just
need
like, where did
anything?
that
Do I
hat
not need
go?
anything?
I thought I had this other cap. Yeah, so I'm definitely taking inventory too. And
Yeah,
if there's
little
anything I
piles
need,
around your house. I've got like little stacks of things. Oh, oh, I don't want to forget
stash it.
that, and make sure you put
Yeah,
that in.
exactly. I'm like, where are those shoes? So yeah, it's great. I think half the fun of travel, yeah, is getting ready and the anticipation. So,
Yeah, I
um,
agree.
I love hearing that in the emails people write. I'm like, I'm so excited. I'm like, all right. So,
No, and people on social
um,
media have been awesome too. I've been getting DMs on
yeah.
Instagram, and it's just like, my trip is coming up. I'm so excited.
I love
I'm so
that.
excited to
I
go
have to
to it.
say, like when I'm online on social media and I see our guests posting, I get so excited and the things that they're seeing. It's really cool to also have it be live in the moment through the social
Totally.
media channels. And that
That's such a cool story
also,
for you because you brought them to that point, and then now
I
you're
know.
seeing them on.
It really is full circle, you know. It's sort of
Yeah.
like you feel like a mama penguin letting your babies go and on their trip, and
No,
so
I love it.
it's I love it, and I'm always like, send me pictures, tell me how
Yeah.
it's
So
going,
everyone
and
watching this video, make sure you tag us and you post and you share so we could see it because look at the joy that it brings,
I
Philomena and
know. Look at
I to
us. We're like
see your
ridiculous.
adventures. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be, it's so much fun, and I think it brings motivation to keep doing what you're doing because it's so worthwhile to every time, and like every time everyone has this amazing experience, and um, it feels very powerful to be a person that helps get you there, and helps you with anything you need to get there. So yeah,
Yeah, it's just
absolutely.
unlike any other travel plans you're gonna make, any other destination you're gonna go. It really is
Antarctica's
that
up there.
whole like
Yep.
cheesy, everything cheesy that we've said. It's true. It's all
It's
true.
true. I know. I can't help it. It's cheesy, but it's true. You will say the same words back.
Well, thanks for chatting with me today, Philomena. I
Thanks,
guess you got to get
Christy.
back to work, huh?
I guess I gotta
Yes.
answer
So.
some emails. I gotta go. It
All
was nice
right.
talking to you, Christy.
Yeah, you too. And yeah, have the
All right.
best trip. I'm sad we're not going to be on the same trip, but maybe
I
we'll
know. That's the
trip
next
number three.
intention. We
We'll go
all go
together.
together. Yeah, but we'll hear from you first when you're back.
Awesome. Thanks, darling.
All
And yeah,
right.
have a
Take
good day at
care.
work, and we'll see you later.
You too.